Alito Chimachukma, this is Chief Steve coming at y'all with another one. This is another episode of True Story. Now, I told y'all I was going to drop this. If you follow me on X or Twitter, you knew I was going to drop this. There's a lot going on with the whole DNA thing. And the reason why I'm bringing this to people's attention is because people like to go and give the whole argument of, oh, you can't be indigenous to America. You can't be who you say you are. You need to do a DNA test. You are nothing until you do one of these DNA tests. As much as you prove paperwork lineage and trace your own genealogy, and even go as far as having your elders in your own family tell you who you are. You have people on here on these social media sites primarily telling you that you are not who you are because you have to prove yourself with a DNA test. Well, we all know that the whole DNA scam is that, a scam. And honestly, let me backtrack that. You can't call it a scam because they went ahead and gave you the full disclosure saying that it's for entertainment purposes only. Yet, people swear up and down that these results solidify who they are. And really, all these were just a ploy to keep you entertained while they take what they really wanted from you and what you paid them to do. Take what they really wanted from you so that they can make their money and do what they want to do with your genetic makeup, your information. Now, this is a legitimate Bloomberg news article that came out right before the year ended, a few months before the year ended, I believe in October. I'll give you the exact date and everything as we go forward. But this article, as you can see by the title, shows you what they've been doing with your DNA. They're taking your DNA and they're selling it to drug makers. They're selling it to drug dealers. And when I say drug dealers, I mean the pharmaceutical companies. Now, if you were someone who did a 23andMe DNA test, there's a high possibility that your DNA, your information, your private information that you made publicly, that you paid to make publicly, is now going on to the public market and being sold for drug making purposes, as they say. But when you get into this article and you see what kind of drugs they're testing these for, or using your DNA for, you're going to see the bigger picture and you're going to read between the lines. And I'm going to do the best that I can to make these things obvious to you without making it obvious to you. Okay? Because I'm going to need you guys to use some serious critical thinking as we go through this article together. So once again, this is Bloomberg, Bloomberg.com. All right? And we're just going to go through this. This is a screenshot. I had to do screenshots because, as you can see right here on top, I need to subscribe. It takes a subscription fee. And yeah, I'm not monetizing like that to be paying for these different, subscriptions and stuff. But I get as much information for y'all as I can on here. And if you guys want to donate, if you want me to dig deeper into certain things and, get access to things that are not available on the free web, like archive.org and the Library of Congress and things. I mean, because there's a lot of things that I've paid some good personal money for that I share with you guys, and then some that I just do not have the funds for. As far as I do not have the funds allocated for. So like I said, I am a husband first. I'm a father of 6 beautiful children first. And I take care of my home. So at the same time, this research takes serious resources. So if you guys would like to donate or would like to, support in any kind of way like that, let me know. If nobody lets me know, then hey, it's okay. I don't have my hand out here. I'm just giving y'all the information as I get it. And I'm building up a historical archive personally for my children so they can see these videos and stuff, when they get older or as they progress in life. But anyway, that's that. Let's get into this right here. So like I said, this article dropped later in 2023. This is like a press release, and it totally went over a lot of people's heads. They didn't even know that this stuff was going down. Or rather, it went underneath, the noses. Because once people have done the transaction, they've gotten their DNA results. That's pretty much it. They don't trace or monitor or have any kind of access to monitor what's being done with their DNA. It's just literally a part of their system now. And people think, oh, well, just spit in the tube and, send it off. I get my results and then they just throw my spit away. No. They're keeping your information. They're keeping your genetic makeup and they're making money off of it. They're selling it to different places and they're creating different chemicals and biomedicines. And like I said, we'll get into this so you can see exactly what they're doing or what this company is doing. All right, so here we go. Drug makers are set to pay 23andMe millions to access consumer DNA. GSK will pay the DNA testing company $20 million for non-exclusive access to genetic data. Your genetic data, by the way, if you've done this. I'm sure you guys see saliva collection kit. If you've bought one of these and you've participated in the entertainment, prepare to be entertained. So 23andMe Trait Service DNA Kit. This article is by Kristen V. Brown, and then I'll give you the exact date as we go further. Like I said, these are screenshots, so bear with me. You see right there, gotta subscribe, so I'm swiping. So here we go. Next paragraph. GSK PLC, which is the company, the drug dealers that are basically buying this information. Let's call it for what it is. GSK PLC will pay 23andMe Holdings Company $20 million for access to the genetic testing company's vast trove of consumer DNA data, extending a 5-year collaboration that's allowed the drug maker to mine genetic data as it researches new medications. So the drug makers are going to be mining your data, just like how you have people that mine Bitcoin. So basically your genetics are going into this huge pool, like a blockchain, basically, like how cryptocurrency goes into a blockchain. And just like how you have miners for cryptocurrency that dig into this blockchain and pull out the crypto or extract it and make it worth something, they're doing the same thing to your genetic DNA. So your genes, the thing that personally makes you you, is now put into this pool with many other people from all over and is like randomly being mined, and now it's just free information, free for all. They get it as they want it. All right. So that's the first paragraph. Let's go on to the next one. Under the new agreement, 23andMe will provide GSK with 1 year of access to anonymized DNA data from the approximately 80% of gene testing customers who have agreed to share their information for research. 23andMe said in a statement Monday, the genetic testing company will also provide data analysis services to GSK. Can we be done, please? 23andMe is best known for its DNA testing kits that give customers ancestry and health information. But the DNA it collects is also, and I believe I continue the same paragraphs. Give me a second here. Yeah, here it is right here. 23andMe is best known for its DNA testing kits that give customers ancestry and health information, but the DNA it collects is also valuable, including for scientific research. They're using your DNA for scientific research. That is in your clause that you sign, that you agreed to. Those are the terms that you have agreed to. All right? So, there it is. You've been collected, and now you're a scientific experiment with information from more than 14 million customers. So you're not the only one. 14 million people have participated in this. The only data sets that rival the size of 23andMe library belongs to ancestry.com and the Chinese government. You hear me? So ancestry.com and the Chinese government are the only ones who have a bigger library than 23andMe. What makes you think that ancestry.com and the Chinese government aren't doing the same with their respective libraries? Now, I can't make that claim because I haven't done the research. I'm getting the information as I see it. But just critical thinking, hypothetically thinking and speaking. How do you think that they're going to use this information? Honestly. Okay. So let's continue on. The idea for drug makers is to comb the data for hints about genetic pathways that might be at the root of disease, which could significantly speed up the long, slow process of drug development. Hold on 1 second, guys. Let me pause for the cause and see what's going on with my kids because they are loud in the back. Just give me 1 second here. I'm going to continue. All right, y'all. I'm back. Okay, so let's just start from the beginning over here. I was kind of distracted a little bit. Doing this at night and trying to get the kids settled in. All right. The idea for drug makers is to comb the data for hints about genetic pathways that might be at the root of disease. Okay? That's what they're saying, which could significantly speed up the long, slow process. You hear me? The long, slow process of drug development. But as you can see, with certain things that they want to get pushed out, when they want to get it pushed out, 2020, hint, hint, wink, wink, they can get it pushed out even sooner. But they want you to believe that it's a long, slow process. But we know how significant how significantly they can speed stuff up. They get the right rhythm, the right genetics, the right codes, and we already know who holds the code, who holds the blueprint. It's the Aborigines. It's the indigenous people, the true copper-colored Aborigines. They are the ones that hold the code. Once they crack that code, they can speed up whatever process they got going as fast as they need to. They want you to believe this is a long, slow process, so just keep giving us your DNA, and we're just going to keep developing things. And it says GSK and 23andMe have already taken one potential medication to clinical trials, a cancer drug that works to block CD96, a protein that helps modulate the body's immune responses. Okay? This is a protein. Let me read this again real slow. I want y'all to read between the lines. GSK and 23andMe have already taken one potential medication to clinical trials, a cancer drug that works to block CD96, a protein that helps modulate the body's immune responses. They're messing with immune systems. They're using your genetics to alter immune systems. I'll say it one more time. They're using your genetics to alter the body's immune system. Okay? Read between the lines. It entered that testing phase in 4 years, compared to an industry average of about 7. So they're giving this a 4-year timetable, supposedly, instead of the average 7. Okay? That's what they want you to this is what they saying. Okay. Once again, this is a paid site, so you got to bear with me here. Overall, the partnership between GSK and 23andMe has produced more than 50 new drug targets, according to the statement. Read between the lines, y'all. The new agreement changes some components of the collaboration. Any discoveries GSK makes with 23andMe data will now be solely owned by the British pharmaceutical giant. GSK is a British pharmaceutical giant. They are the ones who will be solely owning your DNA, while the genetic testing company will be eligible for royalties on some projects, which means they get the DNA from you, they sell it to the drug dealer breaks them off a little something something. All right? You see the game here? Are you not entertained? Let's keep going. In the past, the two companies pursued new drug targets jointly. New drug targets jointly. Read in between the line. We got to continue to the next slide here. GSK's new deal with 23andMe is also non-exclusive. What? So they're not the only ones in on the deal? Leaving the genetic testing company free to license its database to other drug makers. So that means other pharmaceutical giants can now buy your DNA from 23andMe and do whatever they please with it. For scientific purposes, of course. Think about that. Read between the lines, family. Here's a quote. The continued relationship with GSK demonstrates the power of the 23andMe research platform to consistently produce novel insights for therapeutic development rooted in human genetics. This is a direct quote from 23andMe Chief Executive Officer Anne Wojcicki. Yeah. And you gotta probably Google that last name and find out the right way to say that, but I'm doing the best I can. All I know is you do her genealogy, and I'm sure you won't find it on this soil. But that's just a general statement. Okay, let's go on to the next. Don't sound like an Indian to me, just saying. Wojcicki. I'm tearing this up, but hey. She said that her goal is to use the power of genetics, your power, your genetics, at scale to transform health. The company also has a monoclonal antibody drug it developed independently. What? The company. So are they talking about 23andMe or GSK? It just says the company. The last company we talked about in the last paragraph was 23andMe. So it's 23andMe. 23andMe have a monoclonal antibody drug it developed independently, which is currently in clinical trials. Last week, it announced a new $1,188 DNA sequencing product to help customers better understand and manage health risks hidden in their DNA. So this is from 23andMe. 23andMe has developed this and independently, and then they're taking your information and then they're selling it to other drug dealers or drug makers, as they say. And now they created a sequencing product that'll supposedly help you better understand and manage your health risk that's hidden in your DNA. Come on, y'all. Y'all gotta stop falling for this foolishness. I'm serious. So you're gonna pay somebody to help you manage what you've been living with your whole life. Come on. Going to the doctor is one thing, but now you're just paying an entertainment company, a science facility, to take your information and tell you something that a doctor could tell you, or that a hospital can tell you, or something that a test lab could tell you. You're doing your own, paying for your own labs or whatever. You're gonna pay them to take your information, take your genes, and then sell it to Britain, possibly to other pharmaceutical companies from other countries, selling your genes, selling your information. And all they can tell you is, oh, you're an African and you have risk for diabetes. Come on. What a cover up, right? But hey, read in between the lines. Hey, I ain't gonna say too much. But this is the last. This is it. It ends on that note. And once again, this is on Bloomberg. This is something that I would have to pay $180 a year in order to get access to. So I'm doing the best I can with these slides. For now, if y'all do want to donate, let me know in the comments. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel. I get information. I'm very resourceful. I drop my sources. And when I get it, I give it to y'all. This is nothing but the true story here. Okay? But make sure y'all like this video. And let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. And before I go, this was all done. Well, this was all released to the public October 30th, 2023 at 5 a.m. Pacific time. So while everybody was getting candy and getting ready for trick-or-treating, Miss Woshkiki and the boys over at 23andMe, along with Britain's finest pharmaceutical giant, GSK, have been moving silently, doing whatever they want to do with your genetics. And I say your genetics because, and even you can even say mine, because I know how many people have family that have participated in these different DNA kits. It may not be from us personally, but somewhere down the line, if we have any relatives that have participated in these entertainment novelty scientific experiments, I mean, they got a piece of us somewhere, But that's nothing to be afraid of. You always protect yourself at all times. As long as they don't fully have your genetic makeup, they cannot fully compromise you. But no, the main thing that I want you guys to take out of this article is that they are testing things to mess with the immune system, to alter the immune system in some kind of way. So I need you guys, as indigenous copper-colored aborigines, my people, I need y'all to speak to y'all elders. And this goes beyond just knowing who you are and tracing your lineage. A lot of these elders know these different remedies, that keeps our bodies protected. You don't need somebody in Britain telling you, who you are and what you got and what you need, what you're at risk of. And that's the thing. They can't even tell you what you have. They're telling you what you're at risk of. How many people know that we as a community are at risk of diabetes, at risk for high blood pressure, at risk for cancer, at risk for... We know these things already. They ain't telling nobody nothing that they don't know already, other than, oh, you may have a little African in you, in which we all know, unless we've done the hard paperwork and know for sure, it's bullshit. They're feeding you a narrative that's been programmed within this society for hundreds of years. So let's stop the BS. It's 2024, guys. It's time to wake up. All right? Speak to your elders. Speak to your relatives. Learn about yourself. Know yourself. And protect yourself. Learn about these different remedies that we as indigenous people used to take care of ourselves with. Learn about these different herbs, these different roots. All right? And be sure to stay in tune. I'm not going to say too much. But my wife, she's developing a healing channel where she goes over those different roots and those different remedies. and different things to help protect yourself and keep yourself fortified. You know, it's in the works. It's coming soon. I'm not going to say too much because I don't know if she's ready or not. So, but I'll be dropping some when I, get the okay and everything. I'll be dropping links. I'll be dropping, things of that nature. But I'm going to let her take her time with that because that's some serious business. It's some serious stuff that we're dealing with out here. You have to understand it's a war going on outside. All right. It's a battle for the soul, and it's a battle for your very essence. It's a battle for your identity. It's just an overall battle. All right. It's a war going on outside, and you need to soldier up. You need to protect yourself at all costs, and that goes beyond getting a firearm and doing the proper material things to protect yourself. You need to protect yourself spiritually, for lack of a better term. You need to protect yourself mentally, intellectually, and you need to protect yourself health-wise as well. Biologically, protect your body, protect your genetics, protect your genes. They want what you have. They've always wanted what we have as copper-colored aborigines. They've always wanted what we have. And now a lot of our people are willingly just paying, and not just giving it to them, paying them to take it. Paying them to take it. And then they're doing whatever they want with it. Whatever they want with it. And as you can see, this particular company or these particular companies are working on things to alter the immune system, saying that it's to benefit something, yet it's still a chemical alteration in itself. You cannot be too careful with these different companies. Unless you're in the inside and you know personally what's going on, you need to protect yourself at all costs. And even then, protect yourself at all costs. If you don't take anything else from Chief Steve, take that. All right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. This is Chief Steve once again. Be sure to like this video, comment. Let me know what y'all think about this. Subscribe if you're new, and share this information. People need to know, especially if you know those who are if you know people personally who have dealt with this company and that has taken the entertainment novelty science experiment test. And you got their little mail-in science experiment and they partook in it. You need to let them know. You need to let these people know. Let your family members know what's going on, what's being done with their DNA. Okay? They at least deserve that much. They've paid all that money to do that. They at least deserve to know what's been going on. What's happening right underneath their noses. Or should I say right underneath their bottom lip. Anyway, Chief Steve signing off. Tatakista, I cherish y'all all. Yakoki. Thank you.